T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Coach on Fire Radio.
All right, everyone. Well, here we are today, your Journey to Success podcast show, and I'm your host, Kenny Weiss, and we're really trying to do two things with this show. One, help people overcome their fear of success, and two, learn how to stop living in their worst day and live in their best day. And I have a perfect person today to help us do that. Today we have Tiffany Ann Beverlin. She is one of the top 3 most viewed profiles on all of LinkedIn, and the owner of Your Dreams Recycled, which is the ultimate divorce resource and the only website of its kind in the world. Their directory of resources includes divorce attorneys, mediators, realtors, therapists, insurance agents, and even cosmetic surgeons. If you need a little bit of help, little nip and tuck after that divorce. If that isn't enough, she's also a marketplace to buy and sell your dress, your wedding rings, anything you want to get rid of, you name it. If it has to do with divorce, she and her website, her company handles it. Dreams Recycled has also been featured on places like the Huffington Post, Fox News, CBS News, Women's World, the National Enquirer, you name it, she's been everywhere. So, Tiffany, did I forget any of your accolades and forgive me for my voice, I'm still battling this cold everyone has, but what have I forgotten, Tiffany?
No, but you're making me blush. I had no idea I was quite as popular as you make me out to be. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, it's so good. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you for having me.
You betcha. Well, give us a little insight into Dreams Recycled, how it came about, and how, you've turned this thing into an international success in an incredibly short time. Give us a little background on it.
Well, firstly, I'm going to say it's not an incredibly short time, because people say that to me all the time. You're an overnight success, an instant success. I think that's very, very rare. Like, behind the instant success is 20-hour days for the last 3 or 4 years. You know, like putting everything aside, putting my business first and working my bum off, as we say in England, and it's okay, right? It's okay. However you get here, you get here. But I actually started my company after my own divorce.
Okay.
And I was married for, most of my adult life. I was married 16 years and I have 3 children. And I very quickly realized after my divorce that I was not employable. Which, yeah, that's not a nice thing to hear in the middle of your divorce. Not only are you getting divorced, but hey, you can't get a job either. Nobody wants you.
Yeah.
And so it was, not a good time. And I think people don't realize when you're a stay-at-home mom and you give up your career that the workforce will not be offering you a 6-figure salary on your return after 12 years out of the workforce. They just won't.
Yeah.
And so I literally had this dream, and I know you've heard this story, but I'm going to tell again. I had this dream where I was very stressed. And
now, wait a minute. It was literally a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want people to realize, because we throw that word around, dream. Oh, I had a dream. No, this was literally a dream. I just want to make that clear.
No, it was absolutely a dream. And I went to sleep and I was very, very stressed. I had all these bills. I had this very stressful divorce. You know, if anyone's been through a divorce, they know what I'm saying right now. And I couldn't sleep. And I finally went to sleep and I dreamt that I could not sell my engagement ring. And I was going from jeweler to jeweler to jeweler in this little row of shops in my dream and saying, hey, will you buy my ring? And they were going, yeah, we'll give you $1. We'll give you $2. And I was like, don't you understand? This is a diamond. I have to feed my children. I was getting more and more upset. And in the middle of the dream, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sell my ring and the ring of everyone else's on a website called Dreams Recycled. And I woke up and I thought, that's actually quite a good idea. And I started doing the research and I thought, well, maybe I'd seen it somewhere. Maybe I saw the name or whatever. Nope, I bought the name for $9.99 on GoDaddy.
Wow.
And 13 days later, I went from unemployable, broke, single mother of 3 to CEO of my own company.
How fast did it take off? When you I'm assuming a month or so to get the site and everything up, but how quickly did you start getting people putting their stuff on and buying things and interacting with you?
Well, in that way, it was an overnight success.
Yeah.
I was ridiculously fortunate that when I put up my website, within 6 weeks of putting up my website, my story had actually gone viral. And I was the opening story of AOL News. I was the opening story of Huffington Post. I was on CBS, Fox News. I think everybody loves, the American dream. And who doesn't love a good kind of revenge breakup story?
Yeah, that's
true. This girl got divorced and then she made it into this cool business.
Sure.
So I was very fortunate. People loved it. And it's just continued to grow since then. But, like all companies, you take 1 step forward, 2 steps back. You try things, they don't work,
What hasn't worked? What hasn't worked?
Oh, well, many things. Like I am full of ideas. You know me a little bit to
Yeah.
know this. I'm always doing something else. And you kind of have to, right? When you're the entrepreneur and the buck stops at you, it's great because you can try things. People come to my website and they ask me for things and they say, hey, can you do this? Can you add this? Can you put up this? And as long as it sounds reasonable and I think other people might like it, we'll most likely do it.
Yeah.
But not everything you do online works.
Yeah.
The great thing about having an online business is you very quickly see. You can see where your traffic is, you can see where your numbers is, and it's kind of the proof you need. You don't need to keep doing it for a year to figure it out. You can kind of tell.
Yeah.
So, not everything I've done has been ridiculously successful, but I've been very blessed in the things that have, and we're continuing to grow, and our divorcees love us and we love them, and that's all you can ask for, really.
Who would you say benefits the most from what you do, and in what way do they benefit?
Well, I think actually all divorcees benefit because I think people don't realize, or they think that they're the only one.
Yeah.
And so any divorcee that comes to our website, they instantly realize they're not the only one.
Yeah.
And they also instantly realize that divorce is an equal opportunity destroyer.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're male, doesn't matter if you're female, doesn't matter if you're a millionaire or a janitor or a CEO or a doctor or a lawyer. We help everyone, and every single person has very similar emotions when it's about divorce. We all are human. We all hurt. Doesn't matter if you want the divorce, you don't want the divorce. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
And we are there to say, you know what? It is a struggle. We can help you through the struggle, and we can help you build your best post-divorce life ever.
Do you hear a more than any other common struggle in the divorce? Is it an emotional thing, a financial thing? Is there one area where you hear people bring up the most?
Yeah, I'm going to say change. We're just not good at it, are we?
Yeah. That gets more in. Now we get into my area of how the brain and all that works and why that's such a struggle. But I don't want to hijack it with that. But then let me ask that. What area of what you do helps people the most with change?
Well, I think we advocate in all our messaging and all our information and educational articles and blogs. They're all written by experts, but we make sure that the people we have that write for us are all on the same page. The way forward is always through positivity. It's through daily gratitude. It's through daily positive change. It's from really finding, that kind of core belief of self-love and taking some time and effort to focus on yourself after your divorce, rebuild yourself kind of from the inside out.
Yeah.
And then, doing the practical things that leads to new dreams, new goals, new relationships, new whatever.
Yeah.
And, that's all in our messaging and what we advocate. And I think that, like everything, even divorce, there's a good way and a bad way to do it.
Yeah.
And I believe that Dreams Recycled our philosophy is the best way to do it.
Yeah. I personally feel Louise Hay and her stuff, as far as building self-esteem and self-love, is the best that I've seen, whether it's mirror work. I mean, affirmations are great, but the biggest misconceptions with affirmations is the words aren't what matter. It's the feeling that you generate, because feelings are what drive us. What would you say is, in your experience, whether personally or the people using your site, what have you seen as the greatest way people have been able to shift that or create that self-esteem and self-love? Or what's your tip, I guess? If you came up with 1 to 3 tips to generate it, what would it be for you?
Well, I think it's multi-layered, but the first tip I would say, do you hear that?
Yeah, you popped out. You're okay.
Okay. The first tip I would say is that, you have to really kind of build your barriers from your past relationship. A lot of us get out of these marriages and our self-esteem and our self-worth are destroyed.
Yeah.
And also our core identity has been destroyed because we've become someone's mom, someone's dad, someone's wife, someone's daughter-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and we forget what it's like to be Fred or Sally.
Yeah.
And so until you really connect with that, so that would be my first tip. You really have to try and reconnect with the essence of who you are.
So when I hear that, what I'm hearing is, so much in relationships becomes codependent. Our lives, we give away who we are to join with this other person, and we lose a sense of ourself. And so what I think I hear you saying is kind of get back to this simple things of what are your own needs and wants, what fulfill your tank, and start searching those things out. Am I hearing you right?
Yeah, and what do you even like? I mean,
yeah.
I write about it in my book. I had this epiphany. I was one of those people who didn't really, there's no manual for divorce.
Yeah.
And so I came out of my divorce and I decided the best thing for me would be to go on 400 dates, because why wouldn't you, right?
Of course.
You can. And I had this epiphany moment, and I write about it in my book, and I was sitting there with this very, very nice man.
Yeah.
And he said to me, hey, what do you like to do? On the weekend, if you could do anything, what do you like to do? And I proceeded to give him a list. And I said, well, my daughter and I, we like to go to the beach, and the boys like to go, my sons, the boys like to go and go to watch superhero movies and stuff like that. And I gave him this long list of all the things my children like, right?
Yeah.
And he just looked at me dead in the face, very nice man. He was just like, Tiffany, you were so not ready today. I just asked you what you like, and you literally can't answer that. All you did is tell me what your children like.
Yeah.
And I sat there, and because I'm an emotional person, and my eyes start to fill with tears, and I realized, I didn't even know what kind of food I liked, because I just made food for all the kids and my ex and what they liked. I had completely forgotten.
Yeah.
And it was a kind of turning point in my divorce journey, and something that we talk about a lot. You really have to reconnect with your old self.
Well, I think you just hit on something, because Lisa here just asked a question. How do I get in contact with you? So why don't I stop you real quick, because it sounds like something you said really impacted her. So why don't you give everyone all of your social media handles, your website, give them every way they can get in touch with you.
Okay. Well, you can contact me through many, many forms of social media. We're on all 11. Anywhere you go, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, we're all under Dreams Recycled. You can contact me personally at tiffany@dreamsrecycled.com. And you can go to our website, which is dreamsrecycled.com. We make it pretty easy. Pretty much Google Dreams Recycled. It will take you back to us somewhere.
Good. Okay. So hopefully that sounds like Lisa maybe she has a wedding dress or something she needs to unload too. Hopefully not, but maybe it's just for a friend. But I'm glad we got to that. It's amazing that you say that, because if I think back to my own life, when after my first divorce, seeing a counselor, I literally I had no outside interest. I really